जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी कुंज विहारी
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all. Today we are going to discuss a 14th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Title is Three Modes of Material Nature. This chapter has got 27 verses. It's divided into 5 divisions. Section is called Liberation and Conditioning of Living Entities. Verse number 1 to 4. Second section, Three Modes Bind the Pure Soul. Verse number 5 to 9. Third section, Recognizing Mode Supremacy. Verse number 10 to 13. Fourth section, Acting and Dying Within the Modes. Verse number 14 to 18. Fifth section, Transcending Three Modes. Verse number 19 to 27. First division we'll see. The 13th chapter, Krishna explained one of the most important verses. Should know that how we transmigrate from one body to another body. Why? The key verse connecting 13th chapter to 14th chapter is verse number 22 in the 13th chapter. Krishna says, Purusha prakristoi bhungte prakriti jangunan karanam gunasangasya sarasat yoni janmasu. He says the living entity in the material nature follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with three modes of material nature. Thus, he meets with the good and evil amongst various species of life. Actually, Krishna is the original Purusha. He is the only enjoyer. We, Jivas, living entities, are subordinate energy. We are enjoyed by him. We are not the Purusha. We are not the enjoyer. Krishna is the enjoyer. He is the actual Purusha. But we wanted to become enjoyer. We wanted to enjoy independent of Krishna. Due to our desire to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are put in this material nature, material world, to imagine ourselves as Purusha. Just like children in home, mother will be cooking. Small children, 4-year-old boy, he wants to go to kitchen and say to mother, Mother, I too want to cook. The boy cannot cook. He doesn't know how to cook. So mother will purchase small toy, stove, some vessels and ask him to cook. Similarly, the Jivas are sent to this material world to imagine ourselves as Purusha. The moment we come to this material world, we are captured by three modes of material nature. And we are trying to exploit this material nature to enjoy sense gratification. While exploiting this material nature, we associate with the three modes of material nature. Hence, we take different kinds of body according to our desire. As long as one is captivated by the desire to enjoy independent of Krishna, we have to transmigrate from one body to another body. Due to this material desire, we accept different bodies like a demigod body sometimes human body, sometimes animal body, tiger, reptile, snake, or aquatics, any kind of bodies among 84 lakh species of life. In this world, we all want to become hero. Everyone wants to become hero. If I take a corporator, is working hard, you want to become MLA in the next election. After becoming MLA, he wants to become minister. After he become minister, he wants to become CM. After that, he wants to become prime minister. After that, he wants to control the entire world. Actually, if you see that one quality which is very, very deep rooted in us, every one of us, what is that? We want to become hero. We want to become master. That is there in everyone's heart. It may not be manifested, but it is there. Just like a lusty desire is there even the child, but it's not manifested. It will come to effect after some years. Similarly, that deep-rooted desire that we want to enjoy, I am the master, I am the Purusha, that is there in us, in every one of us, all the jivas, that is deep-rooted. Hence, we have to transmigrate our body from one body to another body. This is the root cause of our material existence. It is explained in the 13th chapter how the living entities get entangled due to the association of three modes of material nature. We all jivas are under the control of three modes of material nature, namely Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tama-guna. And we get different kinds of bodies. And Krishna explains what are these three gunas, how these three modes acts upon the living entity, how one can transcend the three modes, and what are the symptoms of the person who has transcended these three modes. These are the subject Krishna is going to explain in this chapter. Krishna begins with Parambuya pravakshami jnananam jnanam uttamam yajnatva munayas sarve param siddhim itogata. Krishna says to Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, carefully listen. I am going to explain to you the most important wisdom, which is better than that I have already explained. Jnanam uttam, the best of all. Among all the knowledge, this is the best. Jnanam uttam. By knowing which ajñātva munayas sarve, by knowing that knowledge, one can attain supreme perfection. Ajñātva munayas sarve param siddhim itogata. One attain param siddhim, ultimate liberation or destination or supreme perfection. So what is this wisdom, most important wisdom? Jnananam jnanamuttamam. What is the best among all? What is the supreme wisdom that Krishna is going to explain? He is going to explain the process by which how one can get free from the three modes of material nature, come to our original position, pure position. That's called jnanam jnanamuttam. Once we acquire the knowledge, will come to a jiva, come to the platform of same as Supreme Personality of Godhead. You acquire the qualitative oneness with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is called the Brahman platform. Brahman is pure. Just Krishna is pure. Similarly, Brahman is pure. One comes to the platform of Brahman. In that platform only, we will be able to render pure devotion service unto Krishna. So how to come to the platform? What is the process? That's what Krishna is going to explain. Even after reaching the position of oneness with the Lord in qualitative oneness. One does not lose his identity. He maintains his individuality even after liberation. In this world, all the knowledge what we get through different universities is contaminated by three modes of material nature. Because whatever we read, whatever we study, all are connected to matter. Therefore, it is contaminated. The knowledge which is not contaminated by the material nature is called transcendental knowledge. When one is situated in the transcendental platform, one acquires the quality of Krishna. One acquires the quality of Krishna. Just like a gold, when it is melted in the fire, it gives up all its impurities, come to its original pure billion state. Similarly, the soul, at present, we are contaminated by three modes of material nature. When we are absorbed in the fire of transcendental knowledge, we can give up all our impurities, come to our original state, a pure state, Brahman state. That's what Krishna is going to explain. Then Krishna explains the relationship between the Jiva, the three modes of material nature, and the Supreme Lord. Mama yoni mad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyam sambhava sarva bhutana tado bhavati bharata. The total material substance called Brahman is a source of birth, and it is that Brahman that impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharata. Krishna says, this total material energy called Mahatattva is called Brahman. And Krishna impregnates that Brahman and making possible of all the living entities. How Krishna impregnate, we can see in the picture. Lord Vishnu glance at material energy. Simply by glancing at material energy, and there are innumerable universes coming out with varieties of bodies. Lord Vishnu can do that. He can impregnate the material nature simply by looking at the material nature. We cannot impregnate simply by looking at a woman. A male, a man cannot impregnate his wife simply looking at her. But Lord can do. Therefore, there is a difference between the living entity and Krishna. Next, Krishna explains, who is he? Sarvayonishu kauntaya murtaya sambhavantiya tasam brahma madhyonir ambija pratapita. Should be understood that all species of life are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father of all the jivas. Krishna impregnates the material nature with the seed of all the jivas. Thereafter, the jivas comes out with various bodies at the time of creation, according to their past deeds. Somebody becomes demigod, somebody becomes human being, somebody becomes a demon, somebody becomes a rat, cat, animal, aquatics, all according to their past deeds. Therefore, the material nature is not the cause of the living entity's existence, but it is a father who impregnated the material nature. Just like a woman cannot produce child on her own without being in touch with male. Unless a male impregnates a female woman, she cannot produce a child. Although she gave birth to child, but she cannot give on her own. A male should inject semen. So unless Krishna impregnates the material nature, we cannot come into existence. Therefore, Krishna is the real original father of all the jivas. Whether one may be a human being or a demigod or an animal or aquatics, does not matter. He is the original father of all the jivas. Now, how we have come into existence? Sattvam rajas tamayidi guna prakriti sambhava nibadhanandi mahabahu dehedeyanam avyayam. This material nature consists of three modes, namely Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna. When the living entity come in contact with the material nature, immediately the three modes of nature captures the living entity. He becomes conditioned. For example, I may have a gold. For example, this is a gold, pure gold. I drop from my hand, it falls onto the earth. Immediately, it's covered. The gold is covered by the dust and it loses its brilliance. At the same time, the gold has not lost its value. Only it is covered by dirt. If I wash, then it can come to the original pure state. Similarly, the soul, a pure soul, being a part and parcel, the moment it comes in contact with the material nature, immediately it's covered. How it can regain its original position, original brilliant state? We have to wash the dirt. How to wash? That's what Krishna is going to tell in this chapter. Because we assume a false ego in this world, false identity, we forget about our real identity. The real identity is that we are servant of the Lord. We are part and parcel of Krishna. The moment we come in contact with the material nature, we forget. We assume false ego, false identity. Therefore, we undergo suffering. It is said in the Bhagavad, Yaya samohita jiva atmanam trivunatmakam. Yaya samohita jiva. Although the living entity is transcendental to the three modes of material nature, due to external energy, he thinks that is the product of three modes of material nature. He thinks he is the body, he thinks he is a man, he thinks he is a doctor, he thinks he is an engineer. I am a father, I am king, I am prime minister. Thus, he undergo miseries. Paropi manute nartam tatkritam chapi padyade. Although the jiva is transcendental to three modes of material nature, because he thinks it's a body, he undergoes a reaction, various miseries. There was one person, he had a wife and two children, a boy and girl, small children. They went to attend one marriage. After marriage, they were returning to their home. They were passing through some forest. There, they saw there was one truck, circus truck carrying tigers. The driver, he did not put proper latch. These people were passing through. Somehow one line from the truck came out. The father, mother and two children, they saw the lion, the tiger has come out and started coming towards them. They were very much afraid for their life. All of them started running to save their life. Somehow the lion, the tiger came and attacked the girl. She's around 5-year-old girl. She could not run as fast as others. Started eating in front of a father, mother, son, that boy. Just imagine the condition of the father and mother in front of their own eyes. The tiger was eating. And one more tiger jumped out of the truck and started approaching towards them. And they started running. Finally, the tiger went and attacked the boy, small 6-year-old boy, and started eating. Father, mother could not. Just imagine. They could not tolerate. pain. They were undergoing severe pain, anxiety, troubles, misery, because they lost their daughter. They lost son also within few minutes. One more tiger came out of the truck and started coming towards these two people. Then they thought, let us save our life. At least we can beget children. They started running, and finally this tiger came and attacked the wife and started eating. The man is almost 75% is dead practically. He could not bear. Was grief stricken. Tears started flowing from his eyes. He fell almost unconscious. But to his surprise, he saw one more tiger came out of the truck and it was rushing towards him to attack him. Somehow with great difficulty, he got up and started running. Somehow he saw there was one wall. He climbed the wall and caught hold of one tree branch and climbed the tree and went little far so that the tiger cannot chase and climb the tree. So he was holding the branch of the tree, height almost some 20 feet height. The tiger cannot even jump. But he saw all of a sudden that branch was off cut and he was hanging, holding the other side of the branch, and there was heavy wind. Branch is moving up and down because of weight, and already the branch is off cut. Then suddenly, all of a sudden, due to heavy wind, it broke. So he started screaming, "Mummy," like that. He started screaming. Just imagine the situation of the person. The tiger was sitting underneath the branch, opening mouth wide open. When the person will fall, the person fell off. The branch broke and fell off. Started loudly shouting. The moment he shouted, then immediately, Papa, what happened? Wife started asking, "My dear husband, what happened to you? Then he started seeing, wife is there, daughter is there, son is there. Actually, he had a dream. The moment he came out of the dream, he came to the reality, become pleased. No more suffering. He became free from suffering because all are there. He embraced. I just had a dream. As long as he was absorbed in dream, he had to undergo the pain. The moment he came out of the dream, came to normal level, is freed from suffering. Similarly, as long as we assume this false ego, so long we have to undergo material suffering. Once we give up the false ego, become free from false ego, come to the real ego. That is a real platform. That is a normal position. That is our normal position, wakefulness state. When we come to the real platform, then there is no more suffering. This material existence is nothing but the dreaming state of our real existence. Our real existence is our spiritual existence. That's the original existence. In the original existence, there is no more fear. There is no more anxiety. There is no more miseries. Now, how to come to this original existence? How to get out of this dreaming state? That's what Krishna is going to explain in this chapter that's called Supreme Wisdom. Jnanam Jnanam Uttamam. This next section, 3 modes binds the soul. That already we have discussed one verse, previous verse. Now Krishna explains the effect of 3 modes upon the living entities. How the 3 modes act on the conditioned soul. How the 3 modes of material nature act upon the conditioned soul. Krishna says, Tatra sattum nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukasangena badnadi jnana sangena chanaga. The mode of goodness, being purer than the others, free one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode develop knowledge, but they become conditioned by the concept of happiness. That's what Krishna says. Tatra satvam nirmalatvat. When one is situated in the mode of goodness, become conditioned by the concept of happiness. and he thinks is better than others. The moment somebody learns something, he feels he is superior, others are inferior. And because of this quality, he becomes conditioned by the mode of goodness. The example is philosophers, those who study Vedas, Vedic scholars. They spend their time to understand Shastras, Vedas, Upanishads. They spend a good amount of time in learning Sanskrit, grammar, logic, and how to pronounce properly, understand the meaning of each and every word. And they chant the verse perfectly. Nicely they'll chant the verses. They spend a lot of time. After that, maybe 20 years, 30 years, people spend time in trying to read the mantras properly with a good pronunciation, arithmetically. They feel, I've learned a lot. Others and all, bachas. Although they study Shastras, they are not studying some material things, other literatures, Shastras, Vedas, Upanishads. Nevertheless, they feel they are superior. And they sometimes criticize devotees. They do not know how to chant verses. They improperly chant Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. They don't know how to pronounce word. Because we don't study for 20 years, 30 years and all. Whatever Acharya says, we learn and just to repeat. We don't study the Vedas or Upanishads very deeply, understand the word, meaning, this, all things. We execute devotional service. Meanwhile, we'll try to understand whatever Acharyas have given. But those who spend 30 years, 40 years of their Shastra expertise in chanting mantras, they'll criticize. These people, they don't know how to chant. They'll put devotees down. Because they feel they are superior, they are bound by the goodness. Next. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadnadi kaunteya karma sangayam dehinam. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, and because of this, one is bound to material fruitive activities. The Rajaguna mode of passion is characterized by attraction between a man and woman. Man has got attraction for woman, woman has got attraction for man. This is the mode of passion. When one is under the influence of mode of passion, works very hard, become greedy to acquire more wealth, to enjoy sense gratification. He wants honor. He wants a good stature in the society. He wants to have good bank balance, good wife, good children, and good car, good house. This is all nothing but the product of mode of passion. To maintain his stature, he works very hard and get entangled. Rishabhadeva says in Srimad Bhagavatam, how living it is get entangled. Pumsa striya mituni bhavam etum tayor mito hridayagrantham ahu ato garakshetra sutapta vitte janasya moham hamameti. The attraction between the male and the female is the basic cause of this material existence. And based on this attraction, due to this false attraction, which it ties the heart of male and female together, this attraction ties the heart of male and female together. One thinks, oh, I have to maintain my wife, my children, my family, my society, becomes absorbed in this family matters. Thus, he begins to think everything in terms of hamameti, everything in terms of I and mine. There was one person, two friends, close friends, They were around 30, 32 years old. One person is 2 years elder than other person. One person is little bit educated, and other younger person is not educated, illiterate. The 32 years old person, the friend, both of them are friends, he said to the younger one, who is uneducated, actually should work hard. By working hard, you will earn quite good sum of money. If you save good amount of money, then after 25 years, you can build a nice house. You can build a nice house. And after building a house, whatever money is there, you can put in the bank. Then with interest, you can maintain the life. He thought, it's a very good idea. I should work hard so that after retirement, I can enjoy my life nicely. I will have my own house. I'll have my own house. So the young person started working hard. This other person, his friend, he opened bank account and gave the number to this person, the illiterate person. Whatever money you earn by your hard work, please deposit all the money into this account. So after 25 years, you get large amount of money, large sum of money, so that you can build a nice house. This person, till then he was very happy, he was very satisfied. Whatever money he would get, he would eat nicely, would maintain his family, and he was very peaceful. Now the moment he got this idea that I should build a nice house, and I should keep a good amount of money to enjoy in future, then he started eating only off, and he even cut down all the other expenses. He would not wear good clothes, he would not provide good food to the family members, and he did not provide good clothes to family members, and reduce all the expense. Still, he was not satisfied. The money is little less. He was working only 8 hours. Then he went and told the friend, so only I am getting some 20,000 rupees. He said, should work hard. Then he started working for 16 hours so that he can earn some 40,000 rupees savings. Then every month, you would go and deposit 40,000 rupees. 16 hours to 17 hours would work like a donkey. I would eat very, very less. I want to save more money. Years passed. Almost 25 years, 23 years over. His friend, he started building a big house. Very beautiful house. Then he invited him for housewarming ceremony. This person went to see that house. Very good house. A 3 BHK house. He was very happy and said, you will also build like this house, nice house. He developed a lot of desire that I should build better than this house. He had that kind of idea, that kind of desire. Then after attending a program, he came back. He started saving money and depositing, expecting that he will get a large sum of money, he will build a good house, better than his friend's house. After 2 years, his friend passed away due to some disease. 25 years over, then this person who deposited the amount to the bank, he came to the bank and asked so and so, please, how much money is there? Let me know so that I can plan my budget to build the house. The bank manager took the number and started seeing. He said, after checking everything, he said, yes, you got 1,000 rupees. Shocked, sir. I think you must have seen somebody else. No, please see it properly. Then he started saying, correct, only 1,000 is there. What's your name, everything, all the details are only 1,000 rupees. I was shocked, sir. I have been depositing 40,000 rupees every month. Last 25 years I have been depositing. What can you say? Then he took the other number which he was depositing. Then he saw, sir, the number which you deposited is not your number, your friend's number. Your friend has withdrawn all the money Your friend has withdrawn all the money to build a house. Now he passed away. The house is in the name of his wife. Sorry, sir. All the years, 25 years, you deposited your hard-earned money into a wrong account. Now I can't do anything. Money is not there because in his account also, because his friend has given his account number. Although he opened two accounts, for one for him, one for friend, he gave his account number to friend to deposit. This fellow was working hard and depositing all the money into his friend account. He took all the money and built a house. The moment when he heard this, he had a massive heart attack, he died. This is what happens to a person, one who's under the influence of mode of passion, works hard, does not know for whom is working. We are actually depositing to the wrong account. We are thinking we are all working for the body, isn't it? Everyone is working very hard for what? To keep the body very attractive. The body does not belong to us. The body belongs to material nature. And the body is going to become a stool or earth or ash one day. When you are buried, it will become earth. When you are burnt, it will become ash. When some animal eats our body, it will become stool of animal. This is our final state. And for that we are working so hard to maintain this, which is going to be a stool, which is going to be ash or earth. Is it not that we are depositing all our energy, all our money, all our energy into the wrong account? Sane man will not invest his time, invest his energy into wrong account. Of course, we should maintain our body. But only maintaining the body is not the goal of life. We should work for the benefit of the soul, not for the body. We have to maintain the body, but that is not the goal of life. Only maintaining the body is not the goal of life. One should work for the benefit of the soul. Should be conscious. Next, Krishna explains about Tamaguna. Tamastu anyan jamvidi monam sarvadehina pramadavasya nidhavi tannibadanadi bharata. The mode of ignorance causes the delusion of all living entities. The result of this mode is madness, indolence, and sleep, which binds the conditioned soul. When one is under the influence of ignorance, it does not know what is what. He take which is right, he will understand wrongly. Practically, he is a mad person. He cannot think anything properly. He cannot see anything properly. Everyone knows, everyone can understand that our grandfather has passed away. Our father has passed away. Even I will die one day. My children will die one day. Everyone knows. Yet people think that we'll live forever. He has seen all the people have died. Neighbors have died. Relatives have died. My father, mother, everyone has died. Even I will die. But none of us think about our death. We work hard, thinking that we live eternally. We'll deposit some amount here, invest some amount here. This will save me. This is called madness. It's called illusion. At any moment we will die. Are we prepared? When one is not prepared, one simply works thinking that he is going to live eternally. Is a mad person. And one more symptom of madness is a person who sleeps more than 6 or 7 hours. 6 or 7 hours is enough to give the rest to the body, because the body requires some rest. 6 to 7 hours enough. If you sleep 6 to 7 hours, it's fine. But the person who is in the mode of ignorance, he sleeps 10 to 12 hours. Night 10 o'clock he'll go to bed, morning 10 o'clock he'll get up. Sometimes 12 o'clock also. This is the symptoms of ignorance. This is how the modes act upon the living entity. Now Krishna says that how the modes compete with each other. Krishna says, Rajas tamaschavibuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajasattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastada. Sometimes the mode of passion becomes prominent, defeating the mode of goodness, and sometimes the mode of goodness defeats passion, and at other times mode of ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. The three modes always competing with each other. Sometimes goodness becomes prominent. For example, morning we get up, early morning, 6 o'clock. We take bath and go to puja room, offer a prayer, go to temple, and we'll be in Sattva-guna. We'll be happy by chanting some mantras, we do some puja. We'll be in the Sattva-guna till 8 o'clock, 8:30. Then after that, rush to office. We'll be under the mode of Rajaguna. Mode of passion will be under the influence of mode of passion. After all the work, 8 o'clock will come back, the full tiredness. Then we'll go and sleep. Mode of Tamaguna become prominent, defeats other gunas. So the three gunas always compete with each other. Sometimes we'll take good decision. Sometimes we'll take bad decision, wrong decision. Because we'll be under the influence of Tamaguna. When we take wrong decision, we are under the influence of Tamaguna. When we take the right decision, we are under the influence of Sattva-guna. Therefore, one should come to the platform of Sattva-guna. Not only we should be satisfied being in Sattva-guna, one should even elevate above Sattva-guna, come to the platform of Shuddha Sattva, called Vasudeva state. Only in the state, one should rise above even the goodness. Only in that state, we can understand about God and His activities. Next, Krishna explains about second section, recognizing a mode supremacy. Krishna explains about how the effect of three modes are manifested in the living entities. The modes of material nature influence the living entity, and how it's manifested in the living entities. That's what Krishna is explaining in the third division. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidya vivruddham sattvam iti uta. The manifestation of mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge. In our body, there are 9 gates are there. 2 eyes, 2 nostril, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 1 genital, and rectum. These are the 9 gates, holes practically. Gates means holes, 9 gates. When the 9 gates are illuminated, we can understand is in the mode of Sattva-guna. When all the gates are illuminated by knowledge, it's understood, one has developed Sattva-guna. Like eye. When one is situated in the Sattva-guna, he will see the things properly, in proper perspective. He will not try to exploit others. The person situated in Sattva-guna, even if he look at a woman, he will not enjoy. Why? Because he knows what is woman. Chanakya Pandita says, Matravat paradareshu paradrivyeshu loshtavat atmavat sarvabhuteshu yapashati sapandita. A person who looks another's wife as his own mother, a person who looks at another's wife as his own mother, who sees other person's wealth as nothing but lump of earth, mud. It doesn't have any value, does not give any value for other person's wealth. And who treats others as he expects, others treat himself, is called a Pandita, is called a learned person. One who's in the mode of goodness, he does not try to exploit the bodies of others for his sense gratification. He sees things properly, in proper perspective. He sees properly. Then ears. Person, he will not hear any bad thing about others. A person who is in the mode of goodness, he does not like to hear any bad thing about others, nor he wish to talk bad things about others. He wants to hear only about Krishna Katha. He does not want to hear Gramya Katha. And he speaks only about Krishna. He speaks only about Shastras. He does not try to demean others, does not humiliate, does not put down others. Because when we talk bad about others, we incur their karma. When we talk about others, we'll incur their karma. A person who is in the mode of goodness will not talk unnecessarily about others. Why should I get his karma? I have to offload my karma. That is my duty. Instead of offloading my karma, I am accumulating other karma. Why I should do? Therefore, a person who is in the mode of goodness will never talk bad about others. What qualities he has got, what he has done, nothing. He will only give good instruction from the Shastras how to purify him. And he eats only a food which is sattvic in nature, like a rice, dal, sabji. It's all sattvic in nature. Eat only sattva guda, sattvic food, not fast food, not tamasic food. By eating a proper food, his consciousness is elevated. He'll come to proper consciousness. So by either eating food or having association, this all will influence our consciousness. Not that Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna is always constant upon us. It will all vary. How? It's based on our karma, based on with whom we associate, based on what kind of food we choose to eat. If I eat sattvic food, I'll come to the platform of Sattva-guna. If I eat tamasic food, I'll go to the platform of Tamaguna. This all, the modes acts based on all these parameters, based on all these conditions. Next, Krishna explains about Rajaguna. Lobha pravartir aramba karmana ashama spruha rajasi etani chayanti vruddhi bharadashrava. Of chief of the Bharatas. When there is increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruity activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. When one is under the influence of mode of passion, he is not satisfied with whatever he has got. He wants to acquire more and more. He is not satisfied. He may have 1 crore. He wants to get 2 crores. After he gets 2 crores, he wants to get 4 crores. Then 40 crores, then 400 crores. He's not satisfied. Work day and night, work hard to earn money. Too much endeavor. It is said the person who is hungry, his hunger can be satisfied by eating good food. When he gets good food, his hunger is satisfied. When one is angry, his anger is satisfied by scolding others. As far as the person, one who is greedy, even if he conquer the entire world, still he will not be satisfied. Why? Because Rajaguna want to get more and more. In this way, get entangled in this material world. Third one, next to Tamaguna. Aprakasho apartascha pramado moha evacha tamasi etani chayanti vivrite kurunandana. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. When we are under the influence of mode of ignorance, we cannot follow the direction of scripture. When one is under the influence of mode of ignorance, he will not follow the direction of scriptures, but act whimsically. Instead of being elevated, is degraded. He will not go to upper planet. He will not be elevated, but degraded. Why? Because he acts whimsically. Just like a madman in the mental hospital. When the doctor comes to treat him, the madman will go and beat the doctor. He does not understand that doctor has come to treat me, cure me. But But he'll go and slap the doctor. Because he's mad. He's in the mode of ignorance. He does not know. He has come for treating me, to cure me. Similarly, those who are atheistic people, mad people, when they're instructed by saintly people for their own benefit, they'll get angry. They'll become harsh. Sometimes devotees go to house of somebody to preach. They'll blast devotees and send them away. They don't like to hear about God. They don't like about the instructions of good instruction of the sadhus. They get very angry. The moment they see a devotee, sometimes they get angry. Just like sometimes a deceased person, if he give the best food, he will not eat. Best of food. Why? Because he is deceased. He is not able to enjoy. Similarly, the person who is under the influence of mode of ignorance, he cannot take the good instruction given by good people. He will chastise the good people, chastise the devotees. Just like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was given the best advice by Prahlad Maharaj. Please give up your hankara, false pride, thinking that you are great. God is great. We are small. Please surrender unto God. He did not give up. He did not accept the instruction given by Prahlad Maharaj. What he wanted to? He wanted to kill his son for giving good instruction. This is a typical example of how the person, one is under the influence of mode of ignorance. Similarly, Ravana. He was given the best advice by Vibhishana. Please surrender Mother Sita to Ramachandra. Beg forgiveness, he will forgive you. In this way you can save your life, you can save the citizens of Lanka. He did not accept. Rather, sent him out of Lanka. Even his own brother, Kumbhakarna, came and advised, my dear brother, please give up Sita. Hand over Sita to Ramachandra. Don't try to enjoy another's wife. He did not give up. Indrajit requested his own father. He did not give up. Why? He was under the mode of ignorance. He cannot accept a good instruction from the people. Duryodhana. Many people advised Duryodhana. Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Vidura, Maitreya, Narada, Vyasadeva, everyone came and told, please return the rightful kingdom to Pandus. Make peace with them. You also be happy, let them also be happy. Duryodhana said, no. When Vidura came and requested Duryodhana like anything, please give little to Pandavas. Even 5 villages, they are asking only 5 villages. Please give at least 5 villages to Pandavas. Rest everything keep. No. He insulted Vidura by saying, you are the son of Shudra, Dasiputra. He told his servants, send him out. What did Vidura do? He gave such a good advice to save him. But he could not accept. This is a typical example of how the person, one who is under the mode of ignorance, they cannot accept any good instruction from good people. Now next section, Krishna explains about the acting and dying within the modes. The person who acts in the mode of goodness, he develops knowledge. He becomes purified and develops knowledge. One who acts in the mode of passion, he becomes greedy. He becomes greedy and makes intense endeavor to acquire more and more wealth in order to maintain his false prestige in the society. One who acts in the mode of ignorance, he loses the opportunity to go back home, back to God, but glide down to animal life. The religion is meant for human being. What is the religion? It's a set of instruction for human being given by God. Set of instruction given by God to human being how to act, by which one can be elevated. By following the religion, one can be elevated to higher level. The person who is in the mode of ignorance, he cannot. he does not follow the religious principle. Rather, he acts whimsically. Therefore, he glides down to animal life, lower life. Just like when you go to a factory, particularly after studies, we go for job. We get selected in the interview. We'll sign the time of joining. The organization will give, HR will give a form. So we have to read that instruction. We have to follow the rules and regulations of the company. We read and everything is signed and give. So when we join a company, we must abide by the rules and regulations of the factory. If we do not follow the rules and regulations of the factory, then company will throw us out. Similarly, when we acquire this human form of life, we must to follow the rules and regulations connected to the human life. That's called religion. When we do not follow the religious principle, then laws of nature will say, sir, you are not fit to be a human being. Become animal. A person who is in the mode of ignorance, he does not wish to follow the religious principle. Anyone who does not follow the religious principle is no better than animal, is sure to get the body of animal because it's not fit for a human being. A company will say, sir, as long as we follow the rules and regulations of the company, you can work here. If you cannot follow, please get out. Similarly, the laws of nature also will say, sir, you are not fit for a human being, please get lost. Get the body of animal. Again, to get this form of human life, we have to struggle millions of lifetime. Therefore, one should not go to the platform of ignorance. Then act of dying. Next, the person who dies in goodness, when one is situated in the mode of goodness, if he dies, he will take birth in the higher planetary system, like heavenly planets. Many planets are there. According to his qualities, he will take birth in the higher planets where he can enjoy godly delights. Of course, that is not the goal of life. The person who dies in ignorance, passion, the person who is situated in the mode of passion dies, then he takes birth among human beings and engage in the fruitive activities. Continue again, transmigrate from one body to another body. The person who dies in ignorance, he gets the body of animal. Particularly those who eat meat, they are situated in the mode of ignorance. Why? Human beings have got many items to eat. We can survive simply by eating grains, vegetables, milk. Hundreds and thousands of items are there. But leaving all the things, if we are going to kill some animal, give pain to the animal and eat, and we will become, the law is there, we will become animal next time. The animal will become man and he will kill us. No one can escape from the laws of nature. Anyone who gives pains to the living entity, he has to suffer the pain in the next life with compound interest. Just like when we borrow money from the bank to build a house, we have to pay the money with interest within the period of time. If we do not pay within the period of time, the interest will multiply more and more. Similarly, if we do not, for example, we take some money, borrow money from some friends, we have to pay it back. If we do not pay, without paying the money, if we die, we'll have to take birth again. We'll have to pay to the person with compound interest. Therefore, should be very careful. When we take money from others, should immediately pay. Without paying, clearing the money, if you die, to clear that amount, once again you have to take birth. Why? We should not owe anyone. Clear all our debts. Free to leave this body. Person who gives a pain to any jivas, he has to take birth again to undergo the pain with the compound interest. Whatever, if he insults, if he humiliates, if he demeans somebody, is trying to push somebody else, he will take birth again, he will be pushed by the same person who he pushed down this life, he will push him down next life. Further down. A person who is intelligent, he will not get to this kind of activities. Better clear of all things, come to the platform of goodness. The Krishna is going to explain how one should get out of these three modes of material nature. As long as we are in the three modes of material nature, we have to transmigrate from one body to another body. This is what Krishna is going to explain. The last section, how to transcend three modes of material nature. So Arjuna asks this question: Kairlingas three gunaniyatam, three gunaniyatam, atito bhavati prabhu. Kim achara kadam chaitam, three gunan ativartate. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by what symptoms is one known who is transcendental to those modes? What is behavior? And how does he transcend the modes of nature? Arjuna asked three questions. By what symptoms one is known that is transcended three modes of material nature? Second is, what is behavior? And how does he transcend three modes of material nature? This is the three questions put forward by Arjuna. Answer Krishna gives to the first question of Arjuna: by what symptoms one is known who is transcendental to three modes. The person who is transcendently situated is not envious of anybody, is not envious of anyone. Not only human being, even other living entities. He does not hanker for anything. He is satisfied with whatever he gets by the mercy of Lord. He does not enjoy sense gratification. These are the things a person who is transcendental to three modes. He does not hanker after anything. He is satisfied with whatever he got. He is not envious of anybody. Next, Krishna, what is his behavior? The behavior of a person who is transcendently situated is equal in happiness and distress. Everyone, as long as we live in this material world, Krishna says we have to undergo so-called happiness, so-called distress. Is nothing but the appearance and disappearance of summer and winter season. One should learn to tolerate without being disturbed. The happiness and distress will be there. Happiness comes, distress also comes. So one should not waste his time to overcome distress, nor one should hanker after to become happy. It both will come. When the distress comes on its own, similarly happiness also will come. So one should be equal in both happiness. Such kind of person is eligible for liberation. That's what Krishna says in the second chapter. Then he is equal towards desirable and undesirable. Is steady in both praise and blame. Is unchanged in honor and dishonor. Somebody blast him, scold him, chastise him, he will not bother. Somebody appreciates him, praises him, and glorifies him, is undisturbed. Is undisturbed, tulya ninda, stutir mauni. Is tulya, is equal, ninda and stuti. Stuti means somebody glorifies. Ninda means somebody defames him, but he is equal in both praise and honor and dishonor. And he treats alike, equally, both friends and enemies. And looks upon a lump of earth, a stone and piece of gold with an equal eye. He does not see this is a silver, this is a gold, this is a bronze, a brass, nothing. For him, all are matter. Everything is a matter. It doesn't have any value. It does not give any value to gold. It gives more value to gold, gives less value to silver, gives a very low value to iron, nothing. For him, everything is matter. He sees everything the same with equal eye, and he renounces all the activities. These are the character or behavior of the person who has transcended three modes of material nature. The last question, he says, how does he, third question, how does he transcend the three modes of material nature? This and all procedure means gradual step. So far Krishna explained to come to the platform of Brahman, this is another gradual step. Now Krishna says simple way of transcending the three modes of material nature. What is simple way of getting out of three modes of material nature? He says, Mamchuya vyabhicharena bhakti yogana sevate sagunana samityetam brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who is engaged in full devotional service and unfailing in all situations at once transcends the three modes of material nature and comes to the platform of Brahman. Simply by being engaged in devotional service, always, without fail, exclusively, Bhamchu Vyabhachari. Vyabhachari means contaminated. Vyabhachari means uncontaminated. without any expectation. When one renders service unto Krishna without any expectation, he comes to the platform of Brahman. This is called supreme wisdom. That Krishna said in the beginning, I am going to explain to you the supreme wisdom, Jnanam Uttamam, by knowing which all the sages attain perfection. This is called Jnanam Uttamam, the best of all the knowledge. The supreme wisdom. What is supreme wisdom? Completely absorbed in devotional service unto Lord Krishna without expecting anything. When we render service unto Krishna without any expectation, we'll come to the platform of Brahman, qualitative oneness with the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Markandeya Purana, it is described, there was one Brahmana, poor Brahmana, was afflicted with leprosy. He had a beautiful wife, chaste wife. The Brahmana, although he was afflicted with a deadly disease, leprosy, in his village, there was one prostitute, beautiful prostitute. Somehow he had attraction for the prostitute. And he wanted to enjoy the prostitute. Although he was not well, not keeping well, his wife, who is chaste, she understood, my husband wants to enjoy the prostitute, but they don't have any money. So a wife went to the prostitute house and started cleaning the house, doing maid servant service. She became a maid servant in the house of the prostitute. After doing all the services, she told, actually we are poor people, we don't have any money. My husband wants to enjoy you. We can't afford any money. Therefore, I came to your house to do menial service, maid servant service. In return, can you accept my husband for some time? So he wants to enjoy with you. The prostitute said, please go and bring your husband. The prostitute returned home and took husband to the prostitute house so that my husband can enjoy a prostitute, because he developed desire to enjoy. It's my duty to satisfy him. His happiness is my happiness. That's what that faithful, a chaste wife of the Brahmana took him. When the Brahmana was taken to the house of a prostitute, the Brahmana, when he understood the pure quality of his wife, after understanding her chastity, he gave the sinful act of enjoying with the prostitute. Said, I don't want to enjoy. Let me go back home. They were returning home. While they were returning home, by mistake, the Brahmana touched Markandeya Rishi because he was afflicted with a deadly disease, leprosy. Because he touched the Markandeya Rishi became very angry. Immediately cursed Markandeya Rishi, this Brahmana. You will die tomorrow by sunrise. At sunrise, you will die. Was shocked. The wife, Brahmana wife, was chaste. She was very determined to serve her husband at any cost. Because of her chastity, she was so powerful, she took a vow that tomorrow sun will not rise. She was so powerful because of her strong chastity, strong determination to serve her husband. And even Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, when they saw her commitment towards her husband, they all appeared and said, please withdraw your vow. He will die, no problem. But we will bring back him to life. At the same time, he will be cured from all his diseases. He will come back to normal position. The wife had unflinching faith and love for her husband. She was determined to serve her husband. This is the chastity of the devotee. Our duty is to serve Krishna alone, exclusively, not to anyone. When we understand, when we serve Krishna exclusively, then one can come to the platform of Brahman immediately. This is called supreme wisdom. Jnanam Uttamam. After coming to the platform, one can engage in pure, unalloyed devotional service unto Krishna. This is the essence of this chapter. Let us see the summary. Krishna is the original father of all living entities. As Krishna is full of eternity, full of knowledge, and full of bliss, Similarly, we, being his children, his part and parcels, we too have the same qualities. Due to our forgetfulness of our original position, we have been captured by three modes of material nature and we undergo the material miseries. The moment we engage in devotional service, we'll come back to our normal position. When one is situated in Sattva Guna, then he'll lead a happy and blissful life. And after his death, he'll go to upper planetary system and enjoy godly opulence. However, going to upper planet is not the goal of our life. When one is situated in Rajaguna, we lead a life of frustration. He works hard to earn more and more and he becomes frustrated. When one does not attain success, he will be depressed and dejected. After death, he will take birth again as a human being on the earth. When one is situated in the mode of Tamaguna, he will lead a foolish and meaningless life. After death, he will take birth among the animals. Last section, Krishna explains, when one is engaged in pure devotional service and to Krishna exclusively, then he will be able to transcend all the three gunas and come to the platform of pure goodness, Brahman platform. Only on this platform we can understand Krishna fully and serve him perfectly. This is the summary